Hey guys, Scott here with the Loadout Room. Today we're going to take a look at is the Kobalt 12 volt 120 volt portable air compressor. This is one of the items that's in my vehicle emergency kit. So I'm going to readjust the camera so you guys can get a closer look at this thing, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. Alright guys, let's take a closer look at this Kobalt 12 volt 120 volt air compressor. Had this for about 2 weeks now. Like I said, I picked it up at Lowe's. I think I paid about 40 or 50 bucks for it, and great investment. I might pick up another one just to keep in the garage and keep this one full-time in my Jeep. But it's a portable air compressor is a great thing to have in your vehicle emergency kit. Prior to the Kobalt, I was rocking this guy from Slime. It's been a great air compressor, but it did have one downfall, and that is you have to clamp it to your battery in order to use it. So now you have to pop your hood, clamp this to your battery terminals, then you're good to go to use the unit. And I've used it that way several times, whether it's putting air in my tire, topping off the air pressure, or even using it for like basketballs and that sort of thing. It works great. You just have to pop your hood and clamp it to the battery terminals. So, with that said, the Kobalt has a few features, I think, that make this superior to the Slime and some other ones that are out there. To start, on the side, everything's compact in this one unit. There's no real carry case for it. Everything's kind of self-contained within the unit itself. So on the side here is where you're going to have your air hose, and it just kind of coils up on the end there. You've got your standard attachment that you see on most air compressors for bike tires and automobile tires. You probably got about 2.5 feet of length on that, which is fine. You might think that's a little short, but it does work. I'll show you how. Get this coiled back in here. So that's the air hose attachment. Now for the power attachments on the other side, this is where we've got our 12 volt attachments stored for your cigarette lighter. So that kind of stuff's in there. Now, yes, you have a shorter air hose, but once you plug this end into your cigarette lighter in your vehicle, you've probably got a good 10 to 15 feet of line coiled up here. So you're not going to have any issues reaching any of the tires on your vehicle. I tried it when I got it, just because I was curious myself. So as long as you put this on the driver's side of the vehicle outside, you can reach both tires. And then you're just going to put it outside the passenger side door for the passenger side tires. And you're going to have plenty of length to get to both of those tires. So that is not an issue at all with this. But again, this just kind of stuffs in here. If you coil it up, I'm just kind of stuffing it in there now for the sake of the video. On the back side of it is your 120 volt power cord, and all you're going to do is just uncoil that, and that's if you're using this in a garage setting, kind of like where I'm at now. You're just going to plug it into your outlet. And right here on the back, since we've got this side showing, once you do plug it into a power source, whether it's 12 volt or 120, you have a light on the back side here, so that if it is dark out or it's a low light condition and you're changing a tire, you can have this air compressor next to you with the light on to give you some light, make the job a little bit easier. On the front side, when you have it plugged in, you're going to see the digital display come on. The way this works is the bottom is your target PSI, which you're going to set. The top is your real-time PSI as it's filling the tire with air. So all you're going to do is just use the up and down, plus and minus, to set your designated PSI. So say, just for demonstration here, I just set it to 10 PSI, and then you're just going to hit the run pause button. And then you'll just push it again to shut it off. One nice thing about this compressor is that once it does hit the preset, it will automatically stop the flow of air, so you don't have to stand there and babysit it. If it's real cold out, that's a great feature. You can just set it to 35 psi, 35, 36. That's where I run my Jeep tires at. And I can set that, hit run, and go sit in the vehicle and keep warm. And then it'll just shut off when it hits that target psi. So that's a very cool feature. On the top here, you've just got some other standard attachments. These are going to be for basketballs, footballs, any kinds of like small rafts or tubes for tubing in the summertime or the wintertime for sledding. You can use that attachment to fill those up if that's what they use. But that's where those smaller attachments are stored at. Once you're done with everything, you're just going to coil up this if you're using the 120, and it just kind of attaches to itself. Everything else is self-contained, and that's it. That is the Kobalt 12 volt, 120 volt portable air compressor. This is the one I keep in my vehicle emergency kit in my Jeep. I'm going to do a couple more videos for you guys covering some of the other products that I carry in that emergency kit. So stay tuned for those. And I'll put a link in the article where you guys can purchase this as well.